Triple pack, oh my, 4 pack guns. Hello everyone, this is Greyshot17 and today I'm covering a Company for Heroes 4v4 game on the winter line. This is my first Company for Heroes 3 replay, and as you can see, it's not exactly how I want it to be, but this is how, well, it's going to be for the duration of the replay. As we have a number of players here, if we go to player list, at least this is working. We got ourselves Cisco, Kurodas, Tanzeal, and Skinex versus 151, Johnny, Longrun, Triceras. Now, the people that I do know are currently the allies. The people that I don't know are the Axis. I'm currently watching the side of the Axis, which I guess is good because at least gets me an idea of what... by the way, usually I hold off on saying who submitted the replay, but you can probably guess someone on the allies submitted it. But in any capacity, we're going to be seeing what the Axis bring in and see how their strategy goes. Again, I would love to be like, well, this is Cisco, but unfortunately, we just saw the Luftwaffe guy is yellow, so that means he is not at the top of the list. As we can currently go back to player list, we can see, oh, he's the top. Oh, that's great, but he is also yellow, which is mid, so until they fix that, yeah, I'm just going to refer to players as their color to avoid confusion. But we also know, at least for the allies, we have air and sea, so a lot of good airstrikes. Airborne, so Johnny can also bring in pathfinders, paratroopers, loiters, bomber runs, and armored battle group as the Americans as well. So again, we could see the EZ8 or maybe some assault engineers. The strat right now, as we can see for the Falchion Pioneers, is push up here, move back, grab the territory, and connect it, which is interesting he didn't, but he's using his motorcycle, and light blue is anyway, to grab it. We also know that he went with the Italian armored because he has the, oh god, the Bersaglieri? Hopefully I'm not butchering that name. But using the speed boost to quickly move about and capture the territory. Actually, it is interesting that we're not seeing any Kettenkrads, because typically the Kettenkrad is something that is extremely potent for capturing territory and getting those resources. We're not seeing that for the Germans. But right now, what we are seeing... Oh, wait, no, that's just your motorcycle. Just your basic crad, not without the Ketten. But what we are seeing here is Germans reinforcing this territory, and if I had to assume, this guy is going to use his, well, the Falchion Pioneers and build himself a Bofor right here. Unfortunately, without capturing this territory, that's going to be slightly delayed, as we already have the British with the Royal Engineers showing up. Now, I'm assuming he's waiting for the Vickers to back him up, but right now the Germans in the north doing a pretty good job and actually helping out allies with the Pioneer currently helping out the basic Cretin. We also have Pathfinders moving on in, and again, we can go back and check, because I believe the Airborne, oh, this is also perfect, Longrau went Indian Artillery, but the Airborne is actually brought up by Johnny, so at the very least we know that red is Johnny. But again, I'll just refer to him as red from now on. But you kind of see the confusion I'm in, because again, he's more mid. But anyway, multiple Pathfinders moving on in, and again, the Pathfinders are great because these guys have themselves free smoke, free flares, and 35 munition rifle grenades, which help them deter enemies who decide to get in heavy cover by blowing them up. And then when they leave cover, the rifles by the Pathfinders are natively pretty good. They don't have any upgrades, such as the paratroopers, but still their base rifles are more than enough to push back the enemy. And if they go for this position, they can cut off the enemy's territory, which I will say it's a little bit easier to do here, right, against the enemy rather than here for the allies. But again, curious to see what things or how things go for. Oh, we have assault engineers. So Pink went the armored company, which I think was Longrod. But yeah, so we got Pink moving on here, so he could build mines, he could get flamethrowers for his guys, all sorts of good stuff. And there's the FLAK in the south already being reinforced. So 151 just actually put up a video detailing the FLAK strategy. So if you want to check it out and how to do it, there's a video detailing exactly that. Bersaglieri are pushing on in, light blue really helping out against the Brits, who are going with the good old-fashioned AT package. Again, that is something that is currently hitting the meta. We have another video detailing certain things that the current community is labeling as overpowered or not. So expect that around the time this video launches as well. Meanwhile, Stern Pioneers are hanging out in the south. I'm assuming they're about to build another emplacement. Meanwhile, in mid, it seems like we have a bigger battle going on with both Crads moving in, using their MGs on the motorcycle, which, again, is pretty hilarious. to open fire on the Pathfinders, which again don't have any AT grenades, but the rifle grenades are more than enough to push back those grenadiers, which, given the upgrade, I'm assuming he went breakthrough, but again, I wish I could tell. I just know that Blue himself went with infantry, the Italian infantry, so he can push forward. So actually, let me quickly double check on the player stats. What did the Germans go? So 2 breakthroughs, one breakthrough, 1 Italian combined arms, 1 Italian infantry, and 1 Luftwaffe. Again, kind of wish the icons were more CoH3 centric rather than CoH2 adjacent, but whatever. Anyway, moving up additional grenadiers, we have a half-track moving on in, but he has to run away. I don't think he's purposely moving that way because of the big ol' assault engineer blob. Now again, long-range combat could slowly reduce them, but given the fact they're better close range and now they have medium-range flamethrowers at their disposal, the Germans are going to have to come up with something unique. Now luckily the Krad has his own ability. The motorcycle team has its tracer marker at Vet 1, so it makes it easier to target and kill certain units, which is why they're, as you can see, I believe, above the marker on this guy's head. So he can keep focusing and try to wear these guys down. Even if they're in cover, it'll make them easier to kill. We also have an MG moving on in, so a nice 42 by the Wehrmacht should be more than enough to suppress this big old blob. Panzer Grenadier squad needs pull bomb back. It's low on health, but the assault engineers are pulling back entirely, and the Berserkleri are trying to pick them off. Will they be able to? They have good range on their rifles, but alas, they are not enough, and smoke is dropped on the MG. Remember, even, rifle grenade may not kill it because the models are too spread out, so instead he smokes it and will pull back to get either reinforcements or do something. In this case, he's bringing himself up a 1919 machine gun, which I'm not sure if he dropped it or not, but he could have just simply deployed it, which makes sense. If you're going to skip over the rifleman, you don't need to get that initial barrack, so instead you go to the next one that gets you the bazooka team, the MG, and the half-track, which you can upgrade with a quad mount, medic, or a cannon. Pretty good at shooting or anti-tank fire, light AT gun, essentially. Alright, we also got infantry section moving into mid without upgrades. Actually, a few different ones, but again, pretty weak, while half-track here, well, medical truck, sorry, the half-track's further back. Providing support, he's getting support via the mortar team that's going to help bomb, hopefully, the MG and the infantry section. Right now, the Axis are doing a pretty good job. They have both victory points under their control. Double FLAK, actually triple FLAK. So we're already seeing the FLAK emplacement fully utilized in about 7 minutes. We have 3 of these down. Now, I'm assuming with all those down, that might limit his army. And maybe limit his tech, because again, that's still putting in fuel and resources. And right now, that's a lot of resources is something the Germans don't have a ton of, as you can currently see. I can't see the enemy, but I can say the Germans only have 18 fuel and 25 munitions. Right now, this guy's like, I'll just get this territory. Well, good for you. But right now, because the fighting position is here, and this is currently decapped, the enemy is getting nothing that you currently grab. So, good job, Krad. Good job. You're not helping the Axis at all. What is helping the Axis is a full-scale counterattack by Panzer Grenadiers, normal Grenadiers with close-range weapons, and these are the MP40 submachine guns. The Berserkleri have their 6-man squad, so they've already been upped by 1. And right now, we have the Gustatori being deployed by this, this German player. The Africa Corps, again, also has 2 Panzer Grenadiers and an AT gun being made, which should hopefully push back this AA gun. But time is of the essence, as the Germans need to, well, not only get some territory and some additional resources for themselves, but hold back Allied counterattacks, because they're going to be more and more desperate as they lose more and more resources. CoH3 is a game in which, well, the match can be over pretty quick if you don't watch the victory points. So it is a strategy right now to push south, grab the victory points, and just hold out against the enemy. And right now the Germans have a good force. AT is the only thing I could say that could be an issue, but we'll have to see what the Allies bring. Right now the mortar got knocked out by the Italian forces, although we have Gurkhas coming on up, and they did go with the Bren, so that makes them pretty effective. So the British are launching a counterattack. While there is mortar fire here, there was a medical truck that revealed itself temporarily right here, so we know that they're being reinforced. That's why I just repositioned. Now, even with the double mortars that are currently hitting the Brits, they're still trying their best to advance, but the MG42, along with the Italian forces, are just not letting them do so. And again, right now, the thing that the Brits need to worry about is that upgrade that all those Italian troops, the Bersaglieri, are going to get, essentially those LMGs. They get that, plus you get additional bonus by unlocking all of them with another 60 munitions, I believe, per unit. Essentially, it's like the American bars, except to the Italians. Now, as you can see here, these guys have already gotten themselves upgrades, being the Brens. 100 munitions each. Very expensive upgrade. But, you know what? Can be worth it. Also, it looks like the Grenadiers managed to just grab themselves an MG, which Vickers machine gun is now going to be used against the Brits and hold them down the hill. They might be able to get the kill on the Vickers, but nope, they're not able to. Suppressed and forced back, the Grenadiers will push down the hill and try to take over that position. But what's this? A AT boy, as it were, aka infantry section with an AT, well, rifle, managed to knock out the MG, and it ran down the hill for some reason, not sure. But now we have Gurkha and infantry section pushing the Grenadiers back up the hill. They're going to try to get behind cover, but again, better close range than long range. So I feel like the infantry section, especially with a rifle grenade, could do a lot of work. Grenades are thrown down the hill, though. Grenades actually do a little bit of damage. But as we can see, Germans have turned into paste with a wonderful grenade. Yeah, just absolutely causing the Germans to explode. And if anyone's wondering, yeah, there's some good explosions and dead bodies in this game. So yeah, there's a good amount of red that will happen. Weirdly, I'm surprised we've not seen upgrades for the Falchion Pioneer, specifically the upgrades with the grenade launcher. Usually they're done in mass to hopefully defeat the enemy, support weaponry and infantry from afar. Also, it looks like there was some type of airstrike coming on in, but it may have been shot down. But by what, I'm not entirely sure. Medical truck is pulling back. AT gun is in disarray. Right now, the Americans up north are in the best position possible, because I'm assuming that's where the Americans are right now, locking down this territory with tank traps, fighting positions, you name it, mines. Just make sure the enemy can't push up. And I could easily see a quick pick if the assault engineers come down. Right now, we have one American force, being the Pathfinders, and looks like Ranger squads trying to push on in against all these medical trucks. It is fascinating to see all these forces converge on these two medical, just trying to push up against the enemy. Again, not something that is foolproof by any measure, but with two medical, that's two positions the Allies need to kill in order to stop the reinforcements. We have something coming on in. Flare is marked. It looks like it's going to be a loiter. An airburst. Hold on. British artillery is hitting the Pathfinders, causing massive amounts of damage. Germans just pulled back while others were fully retreated. I'm sorry, the Italians didn't retreat. The Germans did. The Italians are holding the line. So replay of the Second Battle of El Alamein. But, let's see if the Germans, again, continue to retreat while the Italians hold. That's quite hilarious. But anyway, so the question is, will the Allies actually have the momentum to counterattack? Well, right now, again, the dock is a little bit more manpower intensive. So we can see here this guy spending a lot of his excess manpower on more expensive units, being the Gustatori, getting 2 of them, actually 3 of them, to hold back the enemy. This is the other sort of unit that's the Italian base is very powerful. We'll see if these flamethrowers are enough to hold back the Pathfinders, because right now the rifle grenade's got a great hit, while fire, oh my god, just tears the Pathfinders apart. Holy mackerel. Sending them back. The Gurkhas are doing their best to hold back the Gustatori, but they're going to need support. Luckily, AT boys come on in. But again, it's not enough, especially with the medical right there. Hold on. Great shot from the AT gun. Almost kills the medical truck. Is it going to be enough to kill it? No, he pulls back. We also have a good team player right here, putting down caches across the line. So good job right there. Again, this will help with the resource department. And right now, 31 fuel and about 43 munitions. So not the most amazing selection, but it's you know, it's fine. It's doing what it needs to do, right? Munition points now back under Allied control. And the Axis need to figure out what to do. They are healing their trucks, though, and mortars continue to rain down hell. Again, we have normal mortar team along with looks like 1, maybe 2. Yeah, we have 3 sets of mortars from just 1 player bombing the enemy. So at least it looks like the Axis are doing a cohesive, well, effort to help each other out and make sure, like, okay, one guy gets guys with LMGs. Another guy gets flamethrowers. Again, we have AT. We have ourselves close range units. We got ourselves mortar teams. We have a good selection of forces here. And again, it's not going to be a simple armored wave. We have enough AT here that any big push, I see just having a big issue with all these Pack 38 and 40s around. And again, right now, I would say if I'm this Pioneer, I might lay down some mines. I know I don't know how much munitions he has because he can't switch, but that's my guess. Also, booby trap territory. I recently realized how effective this was against blobs. So if you see like an AT boy blob, you can put it down on, well, this position here or any other position that the Axis currently control. Speaking of units, hold on. We have ourselves a Sherman, 76mm Sherman, based on the turret. So it can absolutely tear apart that infantry. And again, the more the infantry gets torn apart, the more resources you invest into it to reinforce that unit, and the less you have for other things. Right now, he doesn't really have enough. Blue is kind of scraping the barrel just to keep the Kusatori fully utilized. So that's the thing about these guys. They're very effective, but if you lose them a lot, it's going to start really being a deterrent for you. Hold on. We have bombers coming in through the back line. Some of them may have been shot down. Hold on. Let's see. Oh, wait. Nope. They did drop some bombs. But I don't think all of them were dropped. I think some of them crashed. We got some loiters coming on in. But again, being shot down. I think it's all the FLAK. I'm going to say, I think it's the FLAK guns shooting down the planes. Which I don't think is actually counting the kills for the planes. But I want to say they are shooting down those planes, given the amount of veterans that they have and, well, the lack of kills. So, unfortunately, a lot of the bombing efforts that the Axis, the Allies could throw at the Axis are just not being delivered. So, alright, AA, very powerful, and shooting down bombers and loiters alike. That's where I guess direct fire artillery is really going to come in handy if the Allies have that, which, given he went airborne, we already can roll that out. So, bazooka teams are being pushed back. Kusatori, again, hold the line with an AT gun, hitting that Sherman. Let's see right now. Nope, hitting the cover. Kusatori are relatively okay. Down south. Oh, heavy artillery comes on in against the Brits, forcing them away. I think, is that? Heat hasn't gotten it, so maybe it's the other gentleman? For reference, for player stats, maybe, interesting. Might be the Gustatori. Sorry, the other German one, because they get, no, because it's an enemy territory. Because well, anyway. Another Sherman coming on in. This one, again, with a 76mm upgrade. Interesting. Wait, no. M4A1, 76. That one has a 76. I thought the Pathfinders have the 76. Or maybe I'm wrong. I could very well be wrong. Again, I wish... Maybe the other one is the 76mm. I just thought this one was, where in actuality it's not. So, my apologies if I got that incorrect. But usually the thing is go Pathfinders, but then you upgrade your base with the mechanized upgrade. So, could be wrong there. But Pathfinders pull back again. The Allies can at least see what the enemy has based on flares. Hold on. We have a Panzer III being rapidly deployed. Alright. So let's just say for sanity, right? Hold on. I don't know. Those ones look like the 76mm. And then this one, of course, definitely has it. Maybe it's... I'm not entirely sure. Interesting. We know Pink went breakthrough, so... Okay. But... I think this... I think he got the upgrade. Again, I feel like if he drops smoke or something, that would really give it. Artillery's currently coming down thanks to a bishop. So again, the British do have native artillery in their faction that can help break up a lot of these hard positions. And they need it. Right now we have 18 minutes of pure German domination thanks to all sorts of fighting positions. We have an AT gun here in case armor comes up. Let's see. What else we got? Panzer IV is on the field. Alright, this guy has 5 command points and he has yet to pick anything. Would love to know where everyone else is going. Alas, Panzer IV is pushed back thanks to artillery fire. Also, it looks like we do have some caches, so the Allies are at least prepping themselves for a longer fight if they can survive it. Panzer III does break the fighting position, but Sherman moves on in, and this Sherman should beat the Panzer III. Let's see. I'm seeing no upgrades for this gentleman in terms of anything. No grenade. No grenades. Oh, there we go. He got the smoke grenade. Oh, sorry. He used the smoke grenade. What am I saying? But no, he hasn't got anything. Interesting. Usually you want to at least get some of them. I get why you don't want to get grenade or half-track. You're not using it. But again, repair vehicles or like extra men or something. Anything I think could have been helpful. A lot of fighting positions are currently being neutralized. The American, though, is actually pushing forward using his flamethrowers against the Bersaglieri. Again, the assault engineers are pretty solid, but Panzer IV trying to rip him apart. But luckily, more American forces are coming on in. Panzer IV cannot fight that. We'll need to pull back. Pretty low on health at the moment. He's going to pull back. Can we get a final shot? We cannot. He's actually at 25% health, so it actually probably take 2. Artillery, though, hits the Bersaglieri. Bombers got through with at least 1 little run. The other 2, not so much. But it's up to Green's artillery to try to break the enemy's solid defenses. And you know what? He's hitting the medical. He's hitting the Panzer III. They're hitting really good spots. But something to keep in mind. We have defensive line and propaganda wars. So now and 400 munitions. So if the enemy becomes a little too aggressive and does successfully take this position, he can force all of them back. So right now, this blue player is clutch to hold this position. And he's launching attacks in the north. Now, is he going to be as effective? Maybe not. But if the Shermans get a little too cocky, maybe the Gustatori can throw those AT satchels. He has the munitions for it. He absolutely could. But instead, he's going to pull on back and most likely use these guys to heal. Because remember, these guys are still engineers, even though they're the best frontline infantry in the game right now. But anyway, more fighting positions are layered with tons of tank traps. So, again, I know that's GTA for certain, but Pink is doing wonders at making sure the Germans have a hell of a time advancing. Meanwhile, a Sherman moves on in, but quick heals thanks to the German infantry, even with rudimentary repairs. Oh, sorry. No, they have advanced repairs. What am I saying? They're engineers, so of course they get advanced repairs. Panzer III pushes back the Sherman. And they should be able to grab this munition point now. And again, slowly but surely, he's using his little crad motorcycle team to take even more territory, which might make a push for this northern victory point more and more likely. But German forces are being pushed back. The British are slowly advancing the line. They are, again, we know the Wehrmacht is launching a double warfare here, but the American forces are not back there. They're further up. Alas, Pathfinders, even though they have some good veterancy, can have a hard time. Luckily, the Shermans are making it a little bit easier to push back the German blob. And again, blob is usually 3 or more men grouped up in my calculations. Bishop Artillery laying waste. Gets a great hit right there. Actually, a lot of great hits on the Panzer IVs. Again, I think there's at least 3 of these guys, but if the Germans are not going to advance, they're just going to hold up. Artillery is the best bet you have. Meanwhile, the American up north is having a little bit more issues. Pink has to pull back. We have something coming on. It's a loiter. Will this loiter actually be effective given the fact that the Bofors are down in the south? Well, that answers my question. The Bofors are in the south, but their AA range will still hit the north. So, unfortunately, the loiter does get shot down. I think that loiter is about, what, 120 for the P-47s? I think it's... Wait, unless... No. Or is it... I think that's the... Yeah, I think the loiter is like 120, 150 around there. So, unfortunately, not worth the resources you invest in there. We have a Grant on the field. Again, more AT boys. Actually, 2 Grants on the field. Thanks to the Brits. The Panzer IVs that were locked down, unfortunately, are meeting an untimely demise. German forces are still being ravaged by the artillery. Here come the Shermans to try to break through the north. Half-track goes down. We have a Martyr on the field. Medical truck goes down. Again, can't take that many hits from these Shermans. Will do what it can, but it itself goes down. Good flip right there. Grenadiers get devastated by the Shermans, and they pull back without taking a single casualty. Gurkha's taken the position. Again, this is where forcing the enemy back or doing a designate, you know, defensive line, so it takes them forever to take that position. Again, 250% capture rate, so that would literally make it a very long period of time. Now, luckily, Bofer is shredding the Gurkhas, which helped delay them taking the position, but luckily, smoke from the Pathfinders blocked sight, and the Allies finally take the position with 50 points remaining. That's a heck of a counterattack. Now, I will say the Germans are getting more resources thanks to Blue's efforts in the north. And again, Pink needs to do his best efforts to counterattack. Now, luckily, he doesn't exactly have a huge force. Luckily, it looks like, oh, he just responded my bike. So, as we can currently see, his bike got toasted. Meanwhile, we have the 76s coming on in. Can we kill the Gustatori right there? Maybe not. No, he's gonna survive. What was that run, by the way? What is that run? It seemed like that run was like he got injured leg or something. Anyway, the Shermans are doing their best to hit those Gustatori long range, which is perfect. Again, stops from using the AT satchels. And gets them lots of veterancy. Panzer 3, I'm sorry, not Panzer 4. Trying to push back, but alas, the Shermans are slowly creeping on up. We have a loiter thanks to the Germans on the field. Yeah, German loiter, but it's also being shot down for the most part. I'm not sure what. Maybe the Allies have an AA gun. I just don't know where it is, given the fact I can't see. I will say these Grants are using their turrets quite effectively to murder the Sturm Pioneers, which again, I think he messed up. He went with the, I mean, don't get me wrong. The LMG for these guys is great, but I would prefer the grenade launcher against infantry. Won't do so much against armor, but still. Right now we have a Tiger tank on the field. Interesting. All right, and that's a... Hold on. Yeah, that's a Wehrmacht one. Bombers came in from the south, actually got through the AA nest and blew up the Bofors. Hot damn. This guy is Vet 3. This guy is nearly Vet 3. But still, the bombers were not... sorry, the AA was not enough. The bombers broke through and took out the defenses. Now loiters are trying to be called in, but there's still 2 FLAK positions, so they will be shot down quite quickly. And crash. We have a second Tiger on the... We have 3 Tigers! I just realized, ladies and gentlemen, we have 3 German Tigers on the field. Every German meta is being brought in. The Gustatori, the Tigers, FLAK emplacements, you name it. But will it be enough to counteract the Allied advance? 4 Shermans are laying waste to the Germans and the Italian forces. And we have a Grand Army moving on in. Artillery smashes, kills one. Almost. Wait, hold on. No, he pulls back. But can he be wiped? Gustatori very low, but Shermans are more preoccupied with the Panzer III and Tiger. And they will pull on back. Again, force gets neutralized. Good wipe there by the Shermans. Tiger tanks are doing their best. Look at this. This is absolutely insane right now. 3 Tiger tanks on the field. What is this? But will the triple Tiger threat be enough to counteract the Allies? Right now, it doesn't seem likely. Fire is raining down thanks to the Nebelwerfers, and the Allies stopped taking the point. But they don't have the infantry right now to take it back, unless they're willing to sacrifice some really good stuff. Meanwhile, in the north, it looks like because Blue repositioned, the American forces are just quickly capturing the territory. With the scout, it goes a little faster. But all the Shermans, thanks to Pink, are now moving in. So really, it's like 8 Shermans on the field versus 3 Tigers. Right now, Tigers are no joke. But will it be enough? Smoke is dropped in front of the Tiger to block sight. And what's this? A Pak 36. So again, I'm sorry, or FLAK 88, sorry. I'm thinking of the Wehrmacht who can go defensive. By the way, sorry if I sound a little off, I'm a little congested. But anyway, Berskleri push on in. AT boys are holding the line. Shermans are using their long range to try to weaken the... Oh my god! Well, there goes the AT. There goes the AT, boys. Hell of a shot. Triple pack. Oh my... 4 pack guns. The Allies are not expecting that much AT, but luckily the Shermans in the north completely flank it and kill all 4 AT guns. Wow, just utterly devastated right there. hell of a flank, and now they're trying to kill the AT guns. Tiger and Panzer III moving on in, but that's a lot of armor to deal with. And the Allies are doing rather well. Though FLAK... Oh, I'm sorry, it is a FLAK 36. I'm sorry. What am I saying? So, it's just immobile FLAK 36. That's what I'm thinking. Anyway, opening fire on the Shermans. It has solid range, so yeah, he should be able to hit them back. But he needs recon. He needs to be able to identify targets. Again, there is a unit for that. It's called a reconnaissance tractor. You can pretty much see anything over here, those little yellow spots. And then you can maybe direct fire it. Noble Warfare coming on in, burning the Vickers machine gun. Tiger and Panzer IV? No, Panzer III. Open fire on the Pathfinder, almost killing it. Allies yet to grab the territory. They've gotten it for low portions of time. Meanwhile, it looks like the armor is moving on in. One armored unit is dead. Panzer III might follow suit. Does pull back. Bersaglieri are trying to reinforce. Axis are... Oh! They're bringing out the big guns. And we got ourselves... Yeah, there's the FLAK 36 emplacement I was thinking of. Thank you, Vermont player. So, yeah. Artillery does hit it, so it is... Oh, my... It is very weak. But you can always recruit it if it takes a lick of damage or just heal it. Bombers are, though, coming on in, so expected to meet an untimely demise. Hold on, Tiger's right there! Hold on. Can we hit both? Or the FLAK kill it? Will the bombers make it? Oh, they shoot it down. Oh, it does hurt the Tiger and the FLAK, but it can be recruited. I would get in it if I was him. Shermans are advancing, and that would be a hell of a counter. Wait, is he gonna... That's a paradrop, I think. Hold on. I would get in it. I would get in it. Nope, too late. Shermans and Tigers already engaged. I'm not entirely sure what he dropped. Was he... Yeah, that's weird. I think Yellow tried to drop something, but got shot down. Tiger about to be KO'd by the amount of armor moving in by the Allies. Again, lots of Shermans moving on in. Artillery's hitting it, though. Wait, they stole FLAK 36! And now they're going to use it against the Axis. Artillery's still raining fire. He probably will have sight. Not just that, but remember, Pathfinders have their flares, so they can see even farther. Although artillery's raining down, so it might not have survived that encounter. Again, good job with the bishops. They've done a really good job of peppering the Axis defenses. I will say there's still at least 2 Tigers on the field. Wait, 1, 2. Never mind, there are 3. We still got 3 Tigers. Let's see, blue as a Tiger, light blue as a Tiger. Yellow just needs a Tiger. Actually, I'm not sure. Yellow is probably spending all of his resource on these FLAKs. But as we can see, the grenades got smoked. A nice grenade package got rid of it. He's going to try direct fire, which is not a bad option. But will the Gurkhas be able to kill it and then recruit? Yep. And now the British have it. But the FLAK above can now hit the FLAK below. Grenades are thrown on it by the German Grenadiers, though he might lose it. Nope, it survives. Grenadiers will retake it, hopefully. But again, solid job by the Allies by not giving up with Tiger spam, FLAK spam, well, Bersaglieri, I'm butchering that name, apologies, and Gustatori being used in mass. We have a nice small little German flank here, but I'm assuming the armor, once it comes on in, will just massacre them. Grenades are thrown. But, alas, we're about to see a dead Grenadier. That's going to be the worst retreat path for you. Ever. Yep, there it goes. And again, we have units being... We have, like, I think a loiter or something, but it just gets shot down. So, we got another FLAK 36 being made, but they need to protect it with infantry and solid defenses. They have the infantry. They might be able to take it. Hold on. FLAK 36 is all operational. Sherman's now being hit. We also have some smoke being peppered down. Bishops have moved up to try to cover. Flamethrower crews are coming on in. Tigers well attacking. By the way, if the performance or stuff, there's issue. Typically when I play 4v4s, it's fine. If I had to guess, I'm assuming that's maybe just the replay mode itself. So apologies for the performance, but I'm assuming that is it. Again, you have the ability to force the unit to retreat. Bersaglieri could also move in to grab the territory. Down south, Tiger making quick work of a Grant advance. We have a second Tiger backing him up, but we also have a 6-pounder opening fire on the Tiger. The Shermans could flank him very easily in his sides, but luckily he pulls back, although it takes a number of hits. We have another unit being called in, but again, I feel like it's going to be shot down. Oh, hell of a shot through. Yeah, I think he got shot down. I'm pretty sure he got shot down. All right. So this unit's also pretty injured. He's going to need heals. Or not. Artillery just neutralized them. Panzer 4. Interesting. We also have AT crews moving on in. Oh, he got the Panzer 4 through the call-in, aka this call-in right here. The Panzer 4 assault group. But you know what's launching the assault? Shermans. Allies launching a massive attack thanks to all the Shermans on the field. Bomber run comes on in because the flak is pretty much all dead. Clears a huge path. Oh, good kill on the Pathfinders though. Panzer 4 getting a nice wipe there. But alas, they're going to need a lot more wipes as here comes another Sherman wave. But there's multiple Panzer 3s and a Tiger. Can they at least get one kill? Panzer 3 just not doing it. Shermans have good armor and are holding pretty firmly. Tiger pretty weak. Again, there's this Panzer 4 here, but the Shermans might go in for the kill, even though there's another Tiger right there. Although Grant and 6-pounder moving on in against him. Another bombing strike coming on in. Oh no, it's British artillery to weaken it. And again, it's another thrust, but the Germans just can't. They're being slowly whittled down. They have good armor. I'm not going to deny that, but they just can't muster up. They keep going with this flak emplacement, and it's just yellow. I hate to break it to you. You're going to need something else, right? Because they're just focusing all their artillery and efforts on you. And now the Allies are getting strong enough to where they're hitting you in your last defensive position. Sure, you have a Tiger going up there, but I'm not sure how effective it's going to do, especially if they move up more armor to hit your flank. But we'll see. Gurkha's advance with 2 Grants. Most of the shots bounce, though, off the Tiger's front armor. They still continue to bounce. Gurkha's unfortunately forced off the hill, while the Bersaglieri kill a 6-pounder, maybe 2. Okay, maybe the Germans could get some repair crews, right? Because, like, hold on. Where's that? Was there a push over here? Oh, maybe the bombing run actually killed the crews. Never mind. Because you could use it to heal the armor, and then as well, you could use it to maybe get some of the armor that you kill or dies near the front. Risky, but at this point, might be worth it as well. Use the med truck to, once you, of course, put down the Flak 36, to, you know, recrew this Nebelwerfer. But if the Allies can somehow hold on to the victory points for another 10 minutes, they got it. But if the Axis can just grab it for like a minute, maybe a minute and a half, they would easily seal the game. Also, I'm looking at this. If you need a counter artillery, you could bring in the towed field howitzer, right? And then you just launch it from your base so that you don't have to worry about airstrikes hitting it. I believe you can launch it. It has some solid range. And again, you can move it anywhere. You don't want to move it, I would say. Again, I don't know if it would be the biggest target for the airstrikes, but that's the only other thing. But right now, it's maybe better than Nebelwerfers in terms of survivability, or any of these Flak 88s. But again, they have solid range. They just don't have recon. That's the biggest thing. I could be wrong, but wouldn't the Jaeger infantry be good in that department? I could be wrong for the Wehrmacht, but I believe they have flares. Oh, great shot! Fire lands around the Sherman, but he does not care. Man, it's every piece of territory now is a crater. Bombers come into mid. Hold on, are they gonna kill the Flak 88? Oh, what the hell? That plane is careening onto the field. The bomber just got immediately shot down. That looked janky. Sherman's moving on in. Flak 88 opening fire, but there's 4 Shermans. Yeah, they're just gonna rip you apart. Maybe you kill 1 Sherman. Okay. Flak 88 being protected by the Panzer 4, but another 4 Shermans pop in. Look at this! Allied armored wave, if I ever saw one. Tigers are doing a last-ditch effort to hold. Shermans are dying, though. Tigers doing the best they can with a Panzer 4. Hold on, another one goes down. Vet 3 Tiger, ace. Pulling back, taking hits, but still alive. Hold on. All the Shermans just perished right there. Germans pulled back, allowed the Allies to overextend. Allies getting a little too cocky. And they may have just bit off more than they could chew. This could be the small opportunity the Axis need to counterattack. Or they could be walking into a death trap. Grain is on the field. That's... Hold on. Oh, there's 3 more Shermans. Never mind. Tiger's being hit by side armor. It's probably going to die here in a second. Panzer IV going in deep, but alas, I don't think he's going to do all that much. Tiger tank actually managing to pull back. Panzer IV taking the brunt of the action with another Panzer III, sorry, moving on in with a Tiger. Might be able to kill this Sherman if they're lucky. Shots balanced, so unlucky. Artillery's hurting the back line. Oh, gets good shot on those engineers. I think they were trying to... Oh, gets kill on the Sherman on retreat. Axis, all they need to do is grab this position and hold. Again, if you had the... Oh, there he goes. Calls in the 305. I can't talk. I was going to say 250. It's 250 munitions. Artillery continues to rain down both sides with planes being shot down thanks to FLAK. But Allies might have actually... Hold on. Yeah, Allies actually managed to hold on to northern point, the southern point, and now it looks like mid. Tiger still getting a lot of kills, though, with the infantry and... Wait, hold on. Oh! We have a bunch of big guns opening fire over here thanks to the Brits. I don't know. I think they're both 17-pounders, but they effectively push back the Tiger. And also, probably want to grab some territory over here. But good job from the bishops, good job from the artillery all around. Okay, so they finally got one of those detectors. Here we go. You can see pretty far with them. Again, solid stuff. Another Panzer IV with the Jaeger infantry, aka the AT group. Again, these guys don't have flares, which is unfortunate. Oh, sorry, no, would it be the Wehrmacht's Jaeger squad that I'm thinking of? Dang it, I wish I could see it. Alas, I can't see the base and what they have. But I would use as reference. I want to say they have flares. Chat, if I'm missing a German unit with flares or recon, please let me know. I know, like, the Americans, especially with airborne, they can get that. Well, no, it's not with airborne. Well, yeah, they can get the ability for recon. Plus, of course, the Native Americans have the ability if they go with the air pick. Instead of mechanized or special ops, they go with the air. And they get the bomber, so they get the lighter bomber run, they get the strafe, and they also get the recon plane, which they can upgrade to actually reveal targets on the map. So, I know the Allies have it, I know the Brits can get flares, but, again... Oh, right now we have a bunch of interesting Martyr 3s. Bunkers also on the field. Concrete bunker can take a lot of hits, so that's not the worst idea. Another FLAK 88. I think that one got recruited. And now we have a sync error. So I believe the enemy team quit out of the game. And it was gave up. So, yeah, I think that's GG. At this point, I could absolutely see it being a GG given the Allies holding that territory. But unfortunately, this is where the game ends for me. So apologies, guys, that I can't watch any further. But that's how that's how the game goes. And right now... let's see. Yeah, given the fact that these guys are no longer popping up, I'm assuming they quit. So, maybe they quit their game. Not entirely sure. But, hey, solid game nonetheless, and a great counterattack by the Allies. Now, the question is, I had to launch this through a special command. I wonder if I exit, will I still have the, what's it called? No, just bug splats. Wonderful. Alright, so that's my first Company of Heroes replay. Yeah, I really wish it's better. And I hope to cast more, but suffice to say, it's going to be a situation where even if I do cast more, it's going to be under those circumstances where there is that performance hit. It is a situation where I can't look at stats, I can't look at the enemy team, or the opposing team, sorry. And thank you, 151, for submitting it. That was a great game, and unfortunately, I would like to cover it more. Hopefully, Relic is able to release the full replay system out sooner rather than later. But again, as of right now, at least I got to cover that game in some capacity, and otherwise I couldn't. So, anyway, If you ever replay, I do have a replay submission thing in my Discord. I will try to cover it, though if there is an update, it does remove its ability to be seen. But otherwise, it's been Greyshot17, and I'll see you guys next time. Hello, everyone. This is Greyshot17, and before y'all go, let me give a special shout out to Patreon supporters Joey G240, Milam, Big Cooch, Aphyria, Ace, Pyro Shark, Tony B 95, Epic Pleb. Thank you all for your incredible support and helping me grow my channel and support my channel and everything I do. Thank you, and to the rest of you, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.